A journey from Faversham to London St Pancras on the Southeastern high speed in the snow as it is winter time. So today's journey obviously will be taking place in the winter. I don't see what difference wetness makes, but I'll just do this. Yep, class 395, and today's journey will be during rush hour, as it says in the description to this video. So this will be the 7:58 from Faversham to St Pancras, and let's start it. So today's journey will take about an hour, and we are taking a 51-mile route all the way to London through Kent, known as the Garden of England, and through beautiful scenery along the high-speed one route between Ebbsfleet and London. To start off with, we will use the AWS system, which is standard in British Rail. And then at Ebbsfleet, along with the power changeover, we go to a signalling changeover from AWS to TVM. So let's begin. So to start off with, let's open the doors. Well, open the doors, but turn the train on first so the doors actually open. Yeah, these alarms are so annoying, but these alarms are all the self-testing systems that this train has. So basically, in order to get his train up and running, as you can see, there's one yellow button there. So what you do is you press DC until that light pops up. Then what you do is you press pan up, shoes down, and that takes that light off and puts the other one on. And then you should be good to go. Let's see. So this is Faversham. Oh hello. Yeah. For some reason in service mode, I think this is a bug, but in service mode all your created liveries may randomly spawn. In this case it's a basic white livery because I will be creating a Great Western Railway green livery for this train to be used on Scenario Designer at future time. So my train today is this train. Yep, 6 cars. Let's see. So yeah. Oh, let's close the doors because people are on. So yeah, this is my train to London St Pancras. It's formed of 6 coaches and is operated by a company called Southeastern Railway, or Southeastern as they call it. So let's get a bit of a horn just let people know we are ready to go. Obviously turn the lights on, and oh crap, I've not turned the AWS on yet. AWS, that's been turned on. Let me sit down and poof, there we are. So let's go. This train is very silent indeed from the cab perspective because the traction motors are not in the leading car like here, like most trains. The traction motor is actually on the motor standard cars, which is the second carriage. Now if I decelerate now, the noise will change, you see, and if I brake, the noise will also change again. But yeah, I'm whacking this into full on mode, and today this service will be calling at the following stations: Sittingbourne, Rainham, Gillingham, Chatham, Rochester, Strood, Gravesend, Ebbsfleet International, where we change from AWS to TVM for the signalling system, and for the power changeover we go from DC to overhead catenary, or AC as you call it, to continue our journey between Ebbsfleet and London. This journey, as I said, should take about just over an hour, but I'm going to try keep to time. But I can't guarantee I'll be on time, because along this line as well there are many commuter trains going to destinations what's not included in the game, such as London Charing Cross, London Victoria, and Sheerness. So my next station is here, which is quite a distance away. Doesn't look seven plus miles, but actually it is. So yeah, if any of you have travelled on a Javelin train before as a passenger or as a driver, then please feel free to share an experience. Was it a good experience? Was it a bad experience? Yeah, I've also noticed that these high-speed trains don't have first-class seating. Why? I'm not quite sure, because it's most likely because it's just a commuter train and there's no need for first class. I don't know what time frame the timetable is based off, but I heard that the timetable is based on the upcoming timetable change in April, May time, when the timetables change to the summer variations. But if this is a timetable that's used in the general real life running of the train, is the 7:58 normally a very busy train from Faversham to London? So as you can see, it's been snowing in the game. Lol. Horn here. It's been snowing, and we have beautiful sunrise. What a sunrise it is! I'm gonna have to put this onto. Oh yes. Oh, I'll retake that. Yeah. Upload it to Dovetail Live. Do that again. Sweet. So on DC, which is the third rail, which is obviously the third rail that's next to the tracks, as you can see, the DC power gets through to the train by something known as third rail shoes, like this. Oh god, I forgot to turn off motion blur. Motion blur does annoy the crap out of me at times. Motion blur, apply. Yep. So I can see this is where the DC power gets drawn up from the third rail here, gets drawn up into these shoes and distributed throughout the entire train. But when we get to AC at Ebbsfleet, them shoes will lift up, which means that no power will be drawn to the train from the third rail, because there is no third rail, and this pantograph will raise up and touch the overhead catenary or overhead wires, therefore showing that this train runs to AC as well. As I was saying, this train and this train only on this route, on the DC section between Ebbsfleet and Faversham, this train is not the fastest train in Britain, not the fastest train in the UK. it runs about this speed, which is about average for a long distance train. But when we get to Ebbsfleet and we change over to AC, you will be surprised at how quickly this train accelerates and how fast it can go. On the AC, this train can go a maximum of 225 kilometers per hour, which amounts to 140 miles per hour, should I say. Oh, morning. And yeah, it literally gets you from Ebbsfleet to London in a matter of 15 to 20 minutes. In advance, I do apologise if I do sniffle. I do have a blocked nose, and I'm sorry if my voice sounds like I'm, bummed up. That is because I am kind of bummed up because I'm just getting over a cold. So yeah. Ooh, and hello to the viewer that's watching. How are you today? I hope you are staying safe. So we are now approaching our first stop on this service, which is Sittingbourne. If you did watch this same stream yesterday, I do apologise, but that's been taken off YouTube by myself because for some reason, even though I was talking, there was no microphone audio, which kind of sucks. So I've made sure that I've got everything in order and made sure that my headset is working correctly and not somehow muting itself, so that I can talk to you through the power changer and talk to you whilst on this journey. So let's bring the train to a stop here. Yep, open the doors. So at this moment in time, I am running on time. I actually want to keep it that way. London Victoria, that's not including this route, and neither is Charing Cross. And one day soon I will be, when I do a live stream one time, probably within the next week, I am going to be streaming this service. This is a rail tour service operated by one of the trains that was around when your parents were kids, when your grandparents were parents, if you get what I mean. Using locomotives from like the 70s and 80s. This one is called the Medway Wanderer, and I think that the service coming the opposite direction to go back towards Gravesend is the Medway Explorer. So I'll be looking forward to doing a live stream on that, and probably failing with the 1980s locomotives. But anyway, for now, let's just get back cracking with this journey. So, 5.5 miles between here and the next stop. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oops. Oh, shut up. Let's turn the light on again. I really hate that. Okay. Looks like neutral. It's on DC. I don't think I need to press it. All I need to do is press that, and then I'm up and rolling again. Like I said, this train on DC does not pick up pace as quickly as it does on the AC, and it is a much more slower train than when it is on the AC. When it's on the AC, in about 40 minutes from now, half an hour from now, you will see that it is like the Ferrari of British rail. So as you're hearing every so often, you hear a ping. That is the AWS, which in a minute will sound again. Because that sounded, if the driver is distracted, it gives the driver adequate time to look up at the signal and see what colour the signal is. Obviously, if it's green, then the driver is good to go and carry on his journey. AWS is the standard British safety system, and you will find it in all modern British trains, such as this one and the Class 377 and the Class 375. They may sound different, but all you can see is, you can tell that AWS is on a train by just looking at it. For this symbol here, the little drawing of a sun. It is dark right now, but where I'm flashing the cursor right now, that's where the AWS pops up. And every time you go to a signal, it should flash the thing, but yeah, well. And all these buttons are illumination. You see, all these buttons, most of them are usable, the others are not usable. But if you don't know what each button does, then I suggest not to press it, because I have done that on a different train, and I have ended up bringing the train to a halt and not being able to restart it. That's the painful thing about exploring the cab. You just press any button you like, see any button, go, okay, I'll press that button. You press it and you realise that, oops, you've broken the train. Now we are passing this station. I think it's Newington, am I correct? Yeah, Newington. Sweet, I guessed it. Oh, another Javelin here. I don't think that Javelin has the trainbow livery that people like to have. So 2.1 miles now. So I'm just going to slow it down here a bit. I am running a bit behind time because of that little accident back Sittingbourne, but I'm picking up the time, I think. When I get to 1.1 miles, I'm just gonna slam on the brakes and just slow this thing down. Not only will I be live streaming Southeastern high speed, I will be streaming other routes, such as the Northern St Pancras route, which is quite local to me. I have travelled on it numerous times. It is a enjoyable ride, but yeah, you'll have to watch that stream when I stream it. Obviously, I won't just be doing Train Sim World. I will be doing other games as well, such as WWE 2K20, FIFA 21, Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, and what other game? Oh yeah, and Fortnite as well. I'm not a big fan of Fortnite. I do play it, but I'm not that much into it. When I do my Fortnite streams, I will be looking to collaborate with 2 fellow YouTubers and good friends of mine. So yeah, crap. Am I on time? I'm a frig on time. I'm never on time. Let's see how late I am. Okie dokie. 2 minutes late. Christ. That means that for the remainder of the journey, I'm not going to follow the speed limit. Which is, well, I'm not going to follow the speed limit, which, please don't tell my boss at Southeastern, lol. No, I don't work for Southeastern. I work in the supermarket, and yeah, I'm proud to be a key worker. Most of the time when I am running late, especially in rush hour, it's not because of my bad train driving. It is mostly because of commuter trains that on the DC lines I think get more priority over the high speed trains. Don't know why, I don't know whether that's fully true, but anyhow. So let's get full power going. Yep, so off we go. I think the train's getting a bit more busier now that we're heading towards London. The sunset looks so beautiful, it's wow. Just so amazing. So this is me. I don't look like that in real life. I look a lot more beautiful, a lot more sexier. But yeah, as it says, this train is going to St Pancras International. Unfortunately on this train you cannot change the destination board, and if you did I would not know how to, because you know I'm a bit lame at that. But yeah, I mean there is a button somewhere to open the coupling hatch, but I don't think you need it. So yeah, let's get back in the cab. I am 2 miles away from Gillingham now, and it's bringing me up to a yellow signal because Gillingham there is a level crossing which comes down. Yep, I'll set that. I'll reset that so that we can continue on the journey. Basically, what AWS does is, well, there is a safety system called DSD as well. It's an alarm that goes off I think it's every 30 seconds, and it goes off to basically make sure that the driver is alive, to make sure that the driver is paying attention, because when you're driving a train, I mean, when you're on tracks like these, and you know, or you've got like quite a distance between few stations, drivers might get a little bit bored and a little bit distractive and start reading the newspaper, or or pick out the phone and go on Facebook or YouTube or, you know, go on Snapchat. And obviously if the driver's not paying attention, then obviously that could end up in disaster ultimately, which would be horrible to see. But yeah, as I said, the DSD, every 30 seconds it goes off and the driver responds with this foot pedal here, or depress this button here to basically the system, and basically it tells the system that, yeah, I'm still here, I'm still alive and kicking, I am paying attention. And unfortunately, if you don't respond within, I think it's a time frame of 5 seconds, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when the alarm does go off and you don't respond within 5 seconds, then the emergency brake of the train kicks in, because the system thinks that you're either dead or not there. Same with the AWS. If you're entering, if you're going at the same speed and you're not messing around with the buttons or anything, every so often the AWS alarm will go off as well, and that as well has a response time of, I think it's 5 or 6 seconds, and if you don't acknowledge the alarm within 5 or 6 seconds, then the brakes kick in, and yeah, then it's a pain in the ass to get the train moving again, because you've got to reset the AWS and reset the DSD, and then you're up and running, which will take time, unfortunately. I am still running. Excuse me, sorry about that. I am still running 2 minutes late, however, but I will just tell the passengers that there was a commuter train in front that stopped everywhere. Lol. So Ramsgate, I mean, has anyone ever been to Ramsgate? Has everyone ever been to Dover? Has anyone ever been to Margate? Quite frankly, has anybody actually ever been to Rainham or even Faversham? Yep, upload to the Till Games Live. Let's do full on power. This Javelin, this livery, 10 years of high speed, so I'm guessing that this route is based between, well, in 2019, but if not, then there was a livery created for this which celebrated the 10-year anniversary of the High Speed 1 and 10-year anniversary of the Javelin train, which of course is the class 395. Also, along this route there are many different tunnels, all of which range from small tunnels to, you know, a tunnel that's like 2 miles long. When you get onto the HS1, the high speed line, you have a tunnel that goes under the River Thames, a tunnel that goes under London, yes, as awkward as that seems, underground, Then you pop out at Stratford International. Then once you've finished Stratford International, you go straight into another tunnel, and those tunnels on the high speed one do tend to go on for like 5 or 6 miles. So for like probably about a total of 15 minutes in your journey, you will see nothing. Well, say for about at least 20-25 minutes you'll see nothing but tunnels after tunnel after tunnel. Oh crap, this control is so bloody sensitive. Oh, do I have to do it again? Reset it. Yep. Oh, oh, fuck off. This is so sensitive. My controller is so sensitive. You press the horn, yeah, and if you're moving the joystick slightly like that, yeah, you can knock the reverser into off, which means that when you turn it back on, obviously you'll have the annoying alarms, which if the alarms are annoying, I am very sorry, but unfortunately they're there for a reason. Let's just park the train here. Unlock the doors. This is Chatham, a nice modern station with a tiny little car park, and the entrance. There we are. Let's take a screenshot of that, upload it to Dovetail Live. I think I'm now running 4 minutes late due to that little error in the tunnel just before the station. Yep, so lock the doors, and is a depot whistle here? Yeah, goes through. I don't know why they use that whistle, but I think it's I think they use it in the depot area to reduce noise. Oh, hello. So that is a class 375. 377, 375. It's if you try taking that between Ebbsfleet and London, you wouldn't. It has no pantographs. It only has DC. This is the old Rochester station. The only reason why why I say old is because the new station is literally about 300 yards down the road. Yeah, you might be thinking, well, what's the point of moving the station? From what I've heard, there are many reasons to why they moved the station. The area that they used to have this station in didn't have room for expansion to welcome the Javelin trains on, especially the 12 car units, and there wasn't enough space to build a car park or a proper station building, so they moved it down here, where they've been able to extend the platforms, build a station building that's modern. I think it has food outlets in. I'm not quite sure because I've never been. But yeah, they moved it here so they can expand the platforms. Another Javelin train there. Let's see. This one has the trainbow livery that everybody talks about, and no, it doesn't. That's absolutely fine. Anyway, as I was saying, I think this one is, even though it's like 200 yards down the road, oh, what was it? Oh yeah, oh my god, I've become brain dead now. Yeah, since moving the station down here, they rebuilt this one in 2015, which they built a new building, car park, etc. And I think it's more modern than the old Rochester station. At the moment, there is no plans to demolish the old station platforms, as it's not really getting in the way of anything really, so I don't think there's a need to demolish them, but I think that they might be demolished soon enough, which if they are, then they are. But anyway, let's see how late I am. Oh god, crap. So I am currently, yeah, I'm still 2 minutes late. Okay. I'm still 2 minutes late, but obviously I'm hoping to make up that time between Ebbsfleet and London. Lock the doors and get going straight off. Okie dokie. So the next station is Strood, which literally is half a mile away. Now, as you see, this is the Chatham main line. The main line goes off that way towards London Victoria, I think. This way goes onto the North Kent line and goes all the way to Gravesend, where it goes off to Ebbsfleet, where it then joins that line to go up to London Charing Cross, and this line to go onto the high speed one. That line across goes down to towards Dover, but a different way, an entire different route that takes a bit longer. Oh Christ, I need to slow this down. So the bridge I've just crossed to get to this junction is the River Medway. We are in the Medway region. Now, in all honesty, this journey doesn't feel like it's 51 miles long, because it's due in part that in the Medway region, all the towns and villages are very close to each other, whereas because they are so close together, it doesn't feel like 51 miles. Where's this train going? class 375, okay. Let's see how late I am. Ooh, okay. I'm 3 minutes late now, but... Yeah, I'm right. Charing... So yeah, that is the... Oh look, as you can see, a train is there. Popping onto the map. That train's most likely come from London Victoria. It's just waiting on that signal there for this train to pass. So yeah, let's lock the doors and get going on to the next station, or the final station that runs on full DC power, which is Gravesend. As we go away from Strood, we go into another tunnel. So this is a very dark tunnel. And now, obviously, we are... so this is a very long tunnel. This is where the freight trains kind of live on this route. Although at the moment there is only one route, well, one freight train that's scheduled in this timetable, and that runs from to Faversham or Sittingbourne. It's one of them anyway. But from time to time you might see a different livery, because there is a bug that Dovetail Games are aware of. It's not a bad bug that harms the game, but it kind of takes away the realism to this route, because from time to time you might pass a train that has no livery on, or the livery that you created, or in terms of this one, there's been quite a few times where I've had a 12-car train, and the first 6 cars is the Southeastern livery, but the rear 6 cars had you know, a different livery on, a livery that I've created. And there is a freight train, a class 66 locomotive, that most likely pops up all the time when I'm doing this route. Not this service in particular, but when I'm on this route I see my very own custom Transpennine Express livery on the class 66. Oh crap, oh, I want to sit down, I don't want to stand up. So I'll stay in this camera for now. Obviously in a minute we'll pass the thingy out. Ooh, that looks like another commuter train from London Charing Cross, so I'll give that a little horn. Now over here you might be lucky enough to see my custom Transpennine Express livery for the class 66, and I think you can, there's a... oh yes you can. If you look closely here now, you'll see my custom Transpennine Express. There was my other yellow route testing livery in there as well, which is nice to see, but 2.8 miles from Gravesend. I have a feeling that I am going to reach a station on time, because I am overspeeding spectacularly, because I want to be on time. I want to be an on-time driver and make the passengers happy. Although, you know, you can't make the passengers happy every day, so it's got to go with the flow. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. So our next station is Gravesend, the last station that uses full DC power. And when we get to Ebbsfleet, we will be changing power, and the power changeover is so painless now. I know that in the first stream I did of this DLC, I kind of struggled because I didn't know how to do the power changeover. I wasn't very familiar with it. Oh, put max brake on. I think on the platforms it's going to say that I'm expected a 43 because you know, because he has to allow time for the doors to open. Dashing through the snow on a 6-car Javelin. Over the countryside we go, speeding all the way. Da 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 da. I will open the door now. Ooh. Where's that train going off to? That train is going off to Rainham. That train's on time. So, I've gone from being 3 minutes late to 2 minutes late, which is quite good, actually. Very good. Yeah. So it looks like this platform's not in use. I do have a little fact about Gravesend Station. It used to be a 2-platform station with 2 through lines, but they extended it to a 3-platform station with a bay platform to increase station capacity. So now I'll now be going to where the power changeover will occur, which is Ebbsfleet International. Now, why I say it's painless, because, well, the power changeover is painless because it's so simple. What you do is when you get to Ebbsfleet, put the reverser into neutral. Obviously, open the doors and let passengers board and deboard. And then what you do is you press the CTRL button, which is wrong button, which is this button here. You press that for a couple of seconds. Then you press pan up, shoes down once. Both these lights will come on. You wait a second and then you press pan up, shoes down again, to close the main circuit breaker, or MCB, and what it does is it raises the shoes, and it raises the pantograph, which when we get to Ebbsfleet and I've done the power changeover, I will then go into the external camera and see if the pantograph is risen. If the pantograph is risen, then I've done it correctly, and I will then be able to continue on to London and show you how fast this train can really go. Also, I'd like to mention that when we get to Ebbsfleet, this will change into kilometers per hour. Where is on the top right corner? Oh God! On the top right corner of the screen, it will show miles per hour, well, kilometers per hour, I think. But on the bottom right hand side of the screen, it will show miles per hour, because I've put it on to Imperial, which is the British. Oh crap. Oops. I'm sorry that this alarm's going off. It does when it's full on brake. Oops. Right, so let's get going again. So as I was saying slightly earlier, before I put the train into emergency brake by accident, oops, the AWS sounds will disappear, and we will transfer from the AWS signalling system to the TVM system, which is in French Transmission Voix Machine, which stands for In-Cab Transmission Signalling System. Signal to in-cab transmission of signals, and the signals will go from LED to, which will go from LED to the flag system that they use in France. Now I am now going to show you the power changeover. So what you do is you put the train into neutral. You press the CTRL button for 2 seconds. There the DC goes off, and that's the main circuit breaker. You press pan up, shoes down, which lights up all these here, and then you press pan up, shoes down again, and that closes the main circuit breaker and raises the pantograph and the shoes. Let me see if the pantograph is risen. The pantograph is risen, as we now transfer power over to the overhead wires, and as you will be able to see, I think the shoes will, these are now not drawing any power because of the changeover in power, and as we set off from here, we will transfer to the flag system based signalling, where because we're going so fast we won't be able to see the LED signals, so it is kind of right to use the TVM system that they use in France, and your speed limits and your upcoming speeds will show up in this dashboard here, as will be shown when we leave Ebbsfleet. Oh crap. Oh crap. Pan up, shoes down. The pantograph's still up, so right, I will now be locking the doors, and then we will be off again. But this time we're gonna literally shoot through to London. Now, now do you know? Now, have you noticed the quicker acceleration time? I didn't know how to say that then, but but this picks up speed far more quicker, and the TVM system has now appeared. So our next signal is, our next speed limit is 130. They're the signals, the flag, the yellow and blue flags. So the driver now concentrates on this, as this AWS system does not matter now until we are on the approach to St Pancras. As you can see, yes, I'm going over the speed limit, but I don't care because we're going up to our highest speed of 225 kilometers an hour, which is basically the top speed. Obviously, as you'll see, in the next 10 minutes we will literally fly through 15 miles. If you're wanting to know whether there's Eurostars on this route, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but Rockstar, what am I saying? Eurostar is not included on this route, because if it was, it'd be pretty pointless, because you'd only be getting a train that stops at London and Ebbsfleet. So on this route, the only trains that use this high-speed line is the Javelin, in both 6-car formation and 12-car formations. And if you go into Scenario Designer, which I will show you at a later time, not today, but at a later time I'll show you the Scenario Designer, and if you use off the rails, which means you can use any train from any route, you will literally be able to run any train on this section of track. For example, yesterday I did a test scenario to see if that would happen, and I put a class 43 high speed train on this route, and to be quite honest, it worked. So yeah, obviously now that I'm on the overhead catenary, AC, overhead wires, whatever you want to call it, this is now turned in from a from an old car into the Ferrari of trains, basically, in the UK. So upload that to Dovetail Live. So literally we are now racing through the countryside. I mean, there's not much here, obviously it's countryside, but yeah, we are now going high speed, and I'm predicting that we are going to make it to London on time. If not, then maybe next time. Obviously these are the commuter lines to the right of us here. They go up to, I think, Charing Cross or Liverpool Street or something like that. These fences, these are the sound barrier fences, because in this area I think there is a few residential areas within this area, and it actually stops sound from basically becoming a problem. It blocks out the sound and makes it easier to live there or work there or do whatever there. Anyway, yes, I am going over the speed limit, but I don't really care, because well, there's no other trains between here and Stratford anyway. If you are running late, then this might be the only section of track where you can actually make up the lost time. I would actually be very surprised if I do make up the lost time and get to London on time, which, you know, I hope I do, but if I don't, then I don't. So now in here, obviously, it sounds like you're on a plane, because the only sound you can hear is the wind and the outside sounds. Whereas if I go into external camera, which I won't be able to do now until I get to Stratford, you will be able to hear the traction motors, and I think the traction motors sound a little bit different. I am literally racing through to Stratford. I think if any, I'll go from being 2-3 minutes late down to 1 minute late. When I get to the 2 mile mark, I am gonna start slowing down, because when the DLC first came out and I tested this route going in the direction towards London, I kind of overshot Stratford. Excuse me. That speed limit is now going to disappear and be replaced with a different speed limit, a lower speed limit, going down to 100 kilometers per hour. We are now at 200, but that's because it's preparing us for, you know, arriving into Stratford. Right, I'm going to put the brake on now. I'm going to go to 50% brake. Well, try to go 50%. There we go. I'll put on max brake because I'm now fast approaching Stratford, as you can see here. Oh god, oh, I thought that. There we go. I'm coming to the end of the tunnel and arriving into Stratford. Amazing fact about Stratford International, despite its name, Eurostars do not stop at this station despite its name. The only reason why they called it International was because of the Olympics back in 2012, which were hosted just up the road from Stratford at the Olympic Stadium. There has been talk about stopping Eurostars here, but at the moment it's non-stop between St Pancras and Ebbsfleet International for Eurostar or any international trains. When the Olympics came to the UK, they wanted to show off our economy. They wanted to show off our transport system to get. Oh well. Okay. As I was saying, they wanted to show off our, you know, um, what do you call it? Architecture. They wanted to show off the United Kingdom. They wanted to show off that we had an amazing transport link to the Olympic Village, and I think mainly they called it international because instead of because there's already a train station called Stratford, and to avoid confusion amongst people, they differentiated both Stratford stations by calling one obviously Stratford and one Stratford International. Oh, I wouldn't recommend trying to go on the train when the door's closing, but you know. So yeah, so now it's the last 6 miles of this journey. So I'll let you listen to a bit of the traction motors. Now, immediately after leaving Stratford, this pushes us back up to 225 kilometers an hour. Although it's only for a short amount of time before we have to, you know, slow down because of the approach into London. Obviously, if you want to have a go at this, then by all means have a go at it. If you want to buy the DLC, buy the DLC. I highly recommend it. Going up to 200 kilometers an hour now, which, you know, might make up a bit of time, but I'm guessing that we'll still be like expected to arrive 3 minutes later. To be quite honest with you, I absolutely loved the destination boards. So realistic, so up to date, and you know, I mean, there's no really you can say wrong. Oh God, excuse me. Sorry about that. There's no wrong you can really say about this DLC, to be honest. I think, in all honesty, I think this is, besides from East Coast Way, I think, me personally, I think Dovetail Games have made the best DLC ever. If you want to disagree with me, then that's absolutely okay. We all are entitled to opinion. I'm going to slow down now because we're coming into London, and to make things a bit more realistic, I'm going to do something once we get out of the tunnel. Oh crap. Oh no. We are now approaching London St Pancras International. Please take all your belongings with you. We hope you have enjoyed travelling with Southeastern today. If you would like to leave feedback on your journey, please visit southeasternrailway.co.uk. Please make sure you have your ticket available, as it may be needed at the ticket gate. We hope to see you again on board Southeastern. If you see something suspicious on this train, please report it to a member of staff or the British Transport Police. Please text, I'm going to take a guess now. Please text 719186. See it, say it, sorted. So yeah, I'm now arriving London St Pancras, 2 minutes later than expected. And I was saying about liveries popping up on thing. Yeah, my livery has popped up. Oops. Oh well, no problem. I've not created the livery for this train yet. I'm hoping to create a GWR livery, and I'm hoping to create a custom Trans-Pennine Express livery. So yeah, I'm 3 minutes late, but people got here on time. Let's see if I can stop within the marker. Yeah, let's bring it to a stop here. Unlock the ride. There we are. All the people are now getting off. So this train has a. It's 9:07. Well, it's got 9:07. So this has a 20-minute turnaround before it goes back out to Faversham. Whereas on this train, it has. It literally leaves in about 5 minutes. As you can see, the only reason why it says this train calls at Stratford and Ebbsfleet is because I know it's going to Margate, but Ramsgate and Margate are nearby each other. Obviously that train going to Ramsgate is going to Faversham. However, that train going to Margate only goes to Ebbsfleet because the one going to Margate goes on these lower platforms which are not accessible at the moment. You can drive the train as far as Ebbsfleet, but as you approach Ebbsfleet lower level, you will get a white screen saying that you've come to the end of the represented area, and you'll be returned back to the game menu. So I think there's a train every half an hour from London to Faversham. I think one via I think it's Canterbury or something, going down high speed one as far as Ashford International, and the other one coming along the North Kent line and East Kent line via Faversham. So yeah, I mean, I got to London, albeit a bit late. Hello, Tiago Shutteringer. Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm just about to finish the stream, but as soon as this is uploaded onto YouTube, you can catch up with the video. Obviously, if you have a question about purchasing the DLC, then be my guest and ask away. Do you know what? In fact, I'm gonna stay here and drive the train to Ebbsfleet. So come out of that train. Oh, what's this? Oh, the introduction. I've already done that in the previous stream. So this is the route that the train goes on. Obviously high speed one there down to Ebbsfleet, then it's on to the DC all the way to Faversham. 9:14. So I'll go down to the end of this train here. I'm sure you can drive this train as far as Ebbsfleet. I'm sure you can. If you can, then I'll quite happily drive back to Ebbsfleet. Although it does say in the video that I'm driving from Faversham to London, just because you know, just because I want to stay in the stream a bit longer, I'm just gonna drive this train to hey. Now best close the door. Oh, okay, lovely. I can drive this train as far as Ebbsfleet. Now turn it into neutral. Oh, and I need to turn on the master key first. I always forget to do that. I'm a bit stupid, aren't I? Neutral. Get all the self-testing nonsense out of the way. And I mean, now what you do is to start up the train here so it runs. You press the CTRL button for 2 seconds till it lights up. I'm presuming 1, 2. I don't know whether it's been done already. No, it's not. Okay. Right, neutral. Oh no. CTRL 1, 2. Panel. I think that's done it now. No. Right, so I'm gonna turn the train off again. Oh Christ. Reverser off. Master key off. Right, let's start again. Master key on. Reverse it to neutral. Get all the self-test nonsense out of the way. CTRL. Panel. And that one. Ooh, just let me have a think here what to do. Don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna unlock the doors. So. I'm guessing that works now. If not, then I'm just going to leave the stream here, but I'm hoping it works. Oh. Yep, all the self-test nonsense here. Let's close these doors. Right. Let's put it into... Right, let's put it into neutral. One, two, three, four. Panel. Panel. So let's see whether that has made a difference. So I hope it has. No. The pantographs are not up. Okay. Oh crap. Right, reverser off, master key off. Power handle hot off. Christ, master key on. I love braking trains, I really do. Not. I master key on. Reverser into neutral. Yep. Self-test nonsense. CTRL. 1, 2. Panel. Let's hope this is raised the pantographs. If not, I'm gonna get worried. I'm just gonna run down to the other side of the cab because I think the AI driver that's driven this train has not turned off the systems at the other end. Which if he hasn't, then I will be extremely cheesed off about. Apparently the next train is going to be the 939. I don't think that's going to happen. And that's going to Dover Priory. Don't know why it's called Dover Priory, but you know. Let's have a look. Oh, why am I... Never mind. Now I've done it. Yes. Right. Now run back down through the train now. Hopefully this does it. I should have known that the other driver left this train here. So yeah, the next train to come into this station should be the 939, but that's going to have to wait to come into the platform, I'm afraid. Now when this livery is complete in the GWR colours, it will be quite an interesting experience to see on this route. I might try create a Euro style livery, but I don't think I'm going to chance it because I'm absolutely... No, I don't. Never mind. I forgot that I've got cab door open. Oh. I can't... Why can't I drive this service? Oh crap. Well. I'll just wait a few minutes for this train to leave. Oh, okay, hello. Oops. I feel sorry for this train having to wait. I have a feeling there's going to be build-up trains now. I mean... Whee! No, no build-up trains. Well, I guess that's it. So, yeah, so I think this is the end of the stream then. Until next time, stay safe. Please enjoy the video when you watch it, and don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to my channel. See you again soon.